Welcome back to the Think Strong Network. Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea that the very things that try to stop us can actually become the fuel for our greatest breakthroughs. You know that feeling, right? You're working on something, you're in the zone, and then bam, a roadblock. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it can even feel a little demoralizing. But what if that wall wasn't an endpoint? What if it was actually a turning point? And this is the core idea we're going to unpack today. See, hardships aren't just tests of our abilities. They are, in a way, invitations to become more creative, more innovative, and ultimately a whole lot more capable. Now, this is for anyone out there facing a hurdle, whether you're a student, a parent, a professional, or a dreamer with a big idea. We're going to walk through 5 key steps: getting into the challenge mindset, learning to pause and reframe, building your creative toolkit, tapping into the power of collaboration, and finally embracing the growth that comes from it all. Okay, first up, the challenge mindset. This is all about how we see a problem, because believe me, that changes everything about how we go about solving it. It really all starts inside your head. It's a conscious choice not to let that frustration win. Instead, you can actually learn to enjoy the hunt for original solutions. It's like turning a frustrating problem into a puzzle you're actually excited to solve. So you've got the right mindset. But what do you do in the heat of the moment? Well, that brings us right to our second point: pause and reframe. When you hit that wall, the first instinct is to panic or maybe just push harder. The smarter move? Just pause, just for a moment. This simple act lets you stay calm, it lets you gather your thoughts without all that noise of anxiety, and then you can truly evaluate what's going on. It's all about responding, not just reacting. And that pause, that's where the magic happens. It's your chance to reframe the whole issue. You can ask yourself things like, what would my mentor say? Or, what if I had unlimited resources? How would I solve this if I started from the finish line and worked backward? That shift in perspective is what unlocks brand new options you never saw before. All right, now that we have the right mindset and that calm, reframed response, let's start building your creative toolkit. These are the practical strategies you can pull out anytime you need a breakthrough. These 3 tools are absolutely indispensable. Taking risks, that means having the courage to try something new even if it might not work. Starting small, that helps break down those overwhelming problems into pieces you can actually manage. And like we just talked about, examining new perspectives is your key to getting unstuck. And think about this. Sometimes starting small, like automating just one tiny task, can spark an idea for a much bigger innovation. And taking a risk, that often just means having the courage to go against the crowd. So I want to ask you, and I would love to see your answers in the comments, what's one barrier you've had to break through creatively? Let's share and learn from each other's experiences a little bit. Now, here's a big one. Facing a challenge doesn't have to be a solo mission. In fact, some of the absolute best, most creative solutions come when we realize we don't have to go it alone. When you reach out to friends, family, or colleagues, you're not just getting advice, you're expanding your resources, you're combining brainpower for real innovation, and you're finding that crucial encouragement to keep going. Seriously, someone else's perspective can be the one missing piece you've been looking for all along. Okay, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the outcome. Why go through all this? Why should we embrace the struggle in the first place? Look, easy wins are nice, sure, but they're kind of temporary, aren't they? The rewards you truly have to fight for, those become a part of you. They are so much more satisfying because they don't just give you a result, they give you growth. This way of thinking completely reframes the entire idea of success. It's not just about reaching the goal. The most valuable part is who you become along the way. The struggle itself is literally what builds your strength and your wisdom. So we've seen how to shift our mindset, reframe problems, use our creative tools, and collaborate with others. And it all leads to this final powerful question right here on the screen. It's a great reminder that creativity isn't something you're just born with. It's a muscle you can build every single day. And before we go, just a quick reminder that all the material in this explainer was created by the Educational Highway. Now I want you to let this final thought be your takeaway. Maybe even make it your personal mantra as you move forward from today. Today, I greet challenges with a smile. I know that struggling for success makes me stronger and wiser.